I'm Angel Brown. I work at Ogilvy Digital Health in London. I'm a user experience design specialist, but I spent the last few years in digital strategy, so I'm really interested in the intersection of those two disciplines. I believe that design is critical to business transformation, so I'll be talking about that today. Specifically, I'm really interested in how we can bring greater understanding of the user through customer experience frameworks, user-centered design, and also I've got quite a bit to say about behavioral change frameworks. In the UK, we're investigating this in quite a deep level, so this is something that's very current today in the UK. Very interesting talk this morning from Brian Solis about his struggles in bringing design thinking to the business. They are interested in data, they're interested in iteration, but the problem is they don't really understand what the ingredients of customer experience are. So what I'm trying to do is to bridge that gap and to show them at quite a granular level what's important to the users, how we can measure that with data, how that impacts on the bottom line and fulfills their business objectives. That's my greatest passion. I think one of the things would be to get people to talk to each other. One of the case studies I'm going to present today is showing how the organization we work has started to bring together insights in the organization. So instead of having user research, different kinds of focus groups, everything done and put into PowerPoints and thrown away, what they've started to do is to find a way to bring that all together so that they don't forget about the research that they've done and that other departments are able to leverage what each other is doing, so then that knowledge grows, so the customer journey becomes dynamic and always driven by insights over time. That's something that I think is something that we can take forward as a lesson. You know, the thing that interests me most is content. David Ogilvly, our leader at Ogilvy, he was a copywriter, but one of the things that he was passionate about was the idea of content and substance. And seeing Morton's talk this morning really made me think that David Ogilvy would really be aligned to his way of thinking. It's all about delivering value in whatever you're doing. So whether it's an ad or it's a native piece, it's a website, it's an app, it really aligns with what people care about. It's not just about grabbing attention, it's about delivering something that means something. And so I think there's a wide open space with content. It's going to become more dynamic, more targeted, more interesting ultimately, and that's something I'm very interested in. So it all begins really with that deep understanding of what's interesting and what the needs are of that user. I think that's important to get first. And when you get that, you will get some of the ideas that will drive your ideation around content. You'll get where they go for their content currently, what they're interested in. So that will give you the seeds. So here's the design thinking coming in. Okay, we understand our users, we understand what's important, what will grab them. Then you do your ideation and the creativity comes in there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can use artificial intelligence and things like that to help give us a foundation for our insights and our ideation, so it's not always just like completely blue sky thinking. We're going to use lessons from the past to drive our thinking. And then that would play out into iterative testing to make sure we've got it right at scale, and then delivering the solution, but never stopping there, always optimizing.